Good morning everyone. So today we are going to start a new chapter, that is thermodynamics. So what is thermodynamics? Thermodynamics is the branch of science which deals with different forms of energies and their interconversion. And it also tells the relationship between two different forms of energies. And there are a lot of importance of thermodynamics in science. The first importance is it tells us that a particular reaction is feasible or not. Okay? So the first importance of thermodynamics is it tells us it tells us whether a whether a chemical reaction is whether a chemical reaction is feasible or not, feasible or not. ठीक है. So ये हमें बताता है कि एक रिएक्शन पॉसिबल है या नहीं. एंड द सेकेंड इम्पोर्टेंस इज it also tells us the extent of a particular reaction. ठीक है. Before the equilibrium is attained, it also tells us the extent, up to which extent a reaction is carried out. It also tells us the extent of a particular reaction before we get the equilibrium. ठीक है. Before we get the equilibrium. So these are the two importances of thermodynamics, and there are some limitations also. So the first limitation is it tells us about the feasibility of a reaction, but it doesn't tells us anything about the rate of reaction, whether the reaction is fast, slow or medium. ठीक है. So the first limitation it doesn't tells us about the rate of the reaction. ठीक है. Firstly, it doesn't tell us about the rate of the reaction, and the second limitation is it is valid only for macroscopic objects. ठीक है. It is not valid in case of microscopic objects. For microscopic we have another you can say we have another branch which is known as quantum chemistry. ठीक है. Which is quantum science. So it is applicable only for microscopic particles. ठीक है. So it has no for macroscopic particles it has no existence in microscopic world. So these are the two limitations, and these are the two importance of thermodynamics. ठीक है. So ये एक बार आप नोट कर ले, then we will proceed further. So we have already discussed what is thermodynamics, what are its importance and limitations. So now let's move on to some general terms which are quite important, and we should know these general terms before move on to the laws of thermodynamics. So the first general term which we should know is system. ठीक है. The first general term is system. So what is system? System is anything which is real in the universe. ठीक है. So anything which is real in the universe. So anything which is real in the universe is known as a system, which is chosen to study the effect of any term, like we have temperature, pressure, etc. To study the effect of temperature and pressure. ठीक है. So what is a system? Anything which is real in the universe, which is chosen to study the effect of temperature, pressure, etc. is known as a system. And the second is surroundings. ठीक है. The second is surroundings. So everything excluded the system, everything excluded system in the universe is surroundings, is surrounding. ठीक है. So universe is the sum of, universe is simply the sum of system and surroundings. The universe is the sum of system and surrounding. And the third term is boundary region. Boundary region or boundary layer. Boundary layer. ठीक है. So what is a boundary region or boundary layer? It is the it simply separates system from the surrounding. ठीक है. So it separates the system from surroundings. It can be real or imaginary. ठीक है. So the boundary region can be conducting or non-conducting. It may be insulated also. ठीक है. So that there is no pass of energy or mass in between the system and the surrounding, which is not possible. ठीक है. A system cannot be completely insulated from the surrounding. ठीक है. So these are the first three terms: system, surrounding, and boundary region. So next we have types of system. The fourth one is types of system. So the first type of system is open system. Open system. So a system is said to be open if it exchanges both energy as well as mass with the surroundings. So if there is exchange of both mass and energy between the system and surroundings, then we call it as an open system. ठीक है. For example, a cup of tea. ठीक है. Tea in a cup. Here both mass and energy are exchanged between the system and the surrounding. The second type is closed system. ठीक है. The second type is closed system. So a system is said to be closed if there is exchange of energy takes place. ठीक है. There is no exchange of mass takes place. So if there is exchange of energy only, ठीक है, between the system and the surroundings, there is no exchange of mass. ठीक है. For example, we have tea in a closed container. Tea in a closed container. So tea in a closed container is an example of closed system. ठीक है. And third we have isolated system. ठीक है. So a system is said to be perfectly isolated if it doesn't exchange both mass and energy. ठीक है. If there is no exchange of mass and energy, if both are not exchanged between the system and the surrounding, then the system is said to be perfectly isolated. ठीक है. For example, if we have tea in a very insulated container, or we can say if we have tea in a thermos, is near about isolated, but it is not perfectly isolated because after some time we all know that an exchange of energy will take place because the temperature of T starts decreasing. ठीक है? So a perfectly isolated system is not possible in the real world because there is always a exchange of energy takes place. So we can say that perfectly isolated system is not possible. So not possible in real world. It is not possible in real world. ठीक है? So this is all about types of system. First we have open system. What is an open system? If there is exchange of both mass and energy takes place between the system and the surrounding. For example, we have tea in a cup, ठीक है? In an open cup. Second, we have closed system. If there is exchange of energy takes place only between the system and the surrounding, and there is no exchange of mass. So the example is tea in a closed container, ठीक है? And the third one is isolated system. If there is no exchange of mass and energy takes place between the system and the surrounding, ठीक है? Then we call it as an isolated system, and we all know that energy is always exchanged between the system and the surrounding, ठीक है? That is why it is not possible to make a isolated system in the real world, ठीक है? Isolated system is like an ideal, ठीक है? So it is an ideal stage. So this is all about the types of system. Next is thermodynamic variable. Fifth one is thermodynamic variable. Thermodynamic variables or state variables. So these variables defines the state of a system, or we can say the state of a system is described in terms of these variables. So these variables are temperature, pressure, volume, etc. etc. So if any of the variable is changed, then it will become a process. So the sixth one is process. If any of the variable is changed, then it will become a process. Okay. So if any of the variable is changed, then it will become a process. And what is a cycle? A cycle consists of two or more processes. So cycle can be open or closed. Okay, first we have open cycle. If a cycle is said to be open if the initial and final state of the system is different. If the initial and final state of a system is different, then it is a open cycle. For example, if we have the PV diagram and the first process starts from point A to B and then from B to C. So it consists of more than one process, then it is a cycle. Okay, and the initial and final positions are different, that is why it is an open cycle. And what is a closed cycle? If the initial and final states are same, or we can say the initial and final positions are same. Like we have again the PV diagram. The starting first process is from A to B, and then from B to C, and again from C to A. So it consists of three processes: A to B, B to C, and C to A. And the initial and final position is same. That is why it is a closed cycle. ठीक है? So now we will discuss the types of processes. There are several types of processes. The first one is isothermal process. The first types of processes. The first is isothermal process. Isothermal process. So the process which occurs at constant temperature. The process which occurs at constant temperature is known as isothermal process. Second, we have isochoric process. The process which occurs at constant volume. Similarly, we will have isobaric process. We have isobaric process. The process which occurs at constant pressure. Okay, and the last one is adiabatic process. Adiabatic process. So the process is said to be adiabatic, the process in which there is no heat transfer. So next we have state function and path function. State function. So quantity is said to be state function if it depends only on the state of the system and is independent of the path. ठीक है? So it depends only on the states of the system. States of the system, that is initial and final state. Final state. For example, we have potential energy, any internal energy, ठीक है? Potential energy, kinetic energy. These all are independent upon the path. And similarly, we will have entropy. Entropy is the randomness, enthalpy change. So these all are the state functions. We will discuss entropy and enthalpy later in the same chapter. And next we have path functions. So it depends on the path of the system. It depends on the path of the system. For example, we have work, heat. These all are path functions. How work is a path function? So let's assume if I want to change the position of chalk from this point to this point. So I have several options. So first is if I go straight, and the second one is like this, third is like this. So I have to do the so the amount of work done is different in all the three processes. That is why the work depend upon the path. Okay, so work depend upon the path through which the systems, the state of the system is changing. So that is why work and heat both are the path functions, not state function. So this is all about state function and path function. I hope this much is enough for this lecture, and in the next lecture we will discuss what are extensive properties and intensive property, what is work, what is heat, and the types of processes also. So I hope you found this lecture helpful, and thank you so much.